So stores that do offer sales are telling you that it's not a sale. It's basically telling you that the prices are going up, so you need to buy it now before it costs you more. So on the shelf, there will be 2 for $5, but the sale was 2 for $3. They always were 2 for $3. And not anymore. Inflation isn't going down due to wages being up. This is our change world, people. So find out how to live in it. Might have to room together with family until you can work the change. My son and his son is moving in. Make room for family because family comes first and you can get through this change. Hey you all, welcome back. Welcome back. Today is Saturday. So Saturdays I'll be bringing you the news, comments, and reports. Yes, that's when I go into the comments. I just choose some random comments or comments that really stick out, and I go ahead and put them on screen for y'all just in case you've missed it. Like I said, today is Saturday. Hopefully you all are off to a great weekend. We do this every single Saturday. So if you're new here, please go ahead and consider subscribing. Turn your notification bell on so you are notified when I do upload, so you won't miss a video. You will not want to miss a video. So we're going to go ahead and continue starting this video off with some comments, a few, reports and some things just to share here with you guys on this rainy Saturday. It's raining here in New Jersey. Remember, guys, when you're checking in, try to leave your state so I know exactly, where you're checking in from. If you're leaving information on how your shelves are looking, at least I know, or we know, what state is in. We can kind of tell if we can relate, as far as comparing prices. We know that Kentucky, for instance, is possibly higher than New Jersey. So guys, try to check in with your state in the comments as well. If you just want to say hello, you can just check in just to say hello in the comments. So let's go ahead and start with today's video. All right, so Junior Mustang mentioned everyone needs to get ready for July 23rd because CBDC will be implemented. That's why companies are going to self-checkout. Yeah, this will be the only way to pay. Even my small engine shop is having to upgrade all pay systems for July. It's costing us over $5,000. They will track all purchases. Cash will be no more. Even birthday money will be taxed. We are about to pay more taxes than ever. Get ready to be broke. Thank you for sharing that in the comments. There's been a lot of talk of a cashless society. Right. We've been seeing this for some years now. I remember when self-checkout first came, into existence. And I'm like, oh, this is the crap. It's easier for me. I don't have to stand in that long line. But now that you look at it years and years later, as many self-checkouts that they're actually putting into, in the stores and getting rid of the cashiers, and if you don't notice one thing, at least here in my parts of New Jersey, when you're doing self-checkout, you can hardly get any cash back. I think you can still use cash for some, but I've seen plenty of times where it said, credit or debit card only, no cash. And I'm seeing that in more and more stores as well. So self-checkout will definitely be taking over a lot of cashiers. And if you are one of those people, who use cash only for everything, what are your plans? What are you going to do? I know someone who actually, likes to just use cash. But when it comes down, when a debit card is needed, what they do is they go to like a Rite Aid or a CVS or something and get one of those prepaid cards and just put their money on one of those prepaid cards and use that card for whatever it is that they need a card for in the store or maybe even online. But that's what they do. What are your options if you are a person who use just cash for almost everything? What would be your options when this go into effect? So followed up by that is Barbara D. Most, if not all, of the self-checkouts only take cards, no cash. Exactly. It's easy to track our spending with the cards, so no anonymous spending. And if you don't pay close attention, the price at checkout will be higher than the shelf price. That is correct. There's been a lot of talk in the comments about the the shelf price being different from, the actual price of the item. And when it's happening everywhere. So I just put out the Family Dollar, Dollar General, they're overcharging customers, putting the wrong, price on the shelf. And the customer think that's what it is, and then they go check their receipt and boom, you've been charged like an extra $5 to $10 that whole shopping trip, depending on, how much you bought. And it's ridiculous. You go in and ask for a refund, not a refund, you go in to ask for the price correction. And a lot of stores is getting to the point they're not doing it because this is part of the plan. These prices on the shelves and the products that's on the shelves is not matching up on purpose. These companies are getting their biggest buck. They're profiting, or let's just say they're stealing from us. And if you don't pay attention, yeah, I think I saw a title saying you will get got. Oh, I think that was from I think somebody homestead, something like that. But yes, you would. They're basically openly stealing from us, and a lot of people just do not catch on. So you have to check them receipts. You have to check the prices. Someone else did mention that when you're using a scanner app, because I always recommend using the app. When you're using a scanner app, the prices on the app also is not always the same. So when you are using an app, especially like with Walmart, you have to select the option that says in store before you scan the app. Before you scan the items and stuff like that. That's what I do know, but still, it's still a possibility when you get up there and, they're scanning them items and you're not paying attention. Something would ring up that was supposed to be $2.99 and it's going to ring up as $4.99. So please pay close attention. Thank you for sharing that in the comments, Barbara D. So someone says, I took my son to Pizza Hut today. I wanted to get a sandwich. Manager told me they hadn't been receiving all their shipments. They're out of sandwich items for a while and are limited to certain types of pizzas. So this is happening. The only thing is you are receiving, let's say you order a number 3 or something like that, which could be like a burger, fries, and a drink or something like that. You're going to possibly receive that burger with no lettuce or maybe no tomatoes. But you're still going to be charged the same price. There's no discounts on these items where, they don't have everything available. There's no discounts. So when you get to the restaurant and they're telling you certain things are not available, but they can still prepare your meal, but it would just not have no lettuce and no tomatoes up there, you're still going to have to, pay that same price. So I find myself definitely cooking more and more and more at home. Don't get me wrong, we have takeout here and there, but it's not worth it. It has to be one of them days when I just don't feel like it. We all had them days. But getting takeout, I don't know if it's really worth it anymore at this point with these prices. Let me know how y'all feel about that though. Somebody says Walmart tricks. Yes, they are now putting out half heads or weight wise, maybe a third of lettuce fluffed to look like a full head. Today in Walmart South Middle Tennessee, they want $2.48 for a half a head of lettuce. Yes, they can keep it. Listen, I feel that too. When I went to ShopRite last week and I saw that head of lettuce was $3.99, the whole thing was still sitting there. Yeah, they can keep it too. Like, with some of these prices, you just tell yourself, yeah, y'all can have it. But what happens to all of this food when we say y'all can have it? Because we can't fit that in our budget, or we just don't want to spend that money on certain things. What happens to the food, y'all? Leave it down in the comments down below. I'm not going to give an answer. What happens to the food? Here's another perfect example. In PA, Lancaster County, no lettuce shortage anywhere else around here. So it says, due to lettuce shortages, Hoagie's may temporarily not have lettuce. So you are served this sandwich with no lettuce, just meat and cheese, y'all, or with just meat. Still got to pay the same price, though. You still got to pay the same price. Another funny thing, last night, my partner, he went to go and get this chicken over rice. It's like this halal dish. Let me tell y'all, when he opened that platter, he don't be listening to me when I be telling him about these shortages. He opened his little platter, right? And his platter had Literally like a tablespoonful of lettuce. A tablespoonful of lettuce. I guess he thought like it was hiding under the rice or something like that. But no. He's like, well, where the lettuce at? It's not even making a meal anymore. Well, I tried to tell you it's a lettuce shortage. I tried. Other franchises like Wendy's, they're experiencing the lettuce shortage as well and letting their customers know that they do not have any lettuce with their sandwiches due to an industry-wide issue. So if you go to Wendy's, if you love some Wendy's, expect possibly, depending on where you are, no lettuce on your sandwich. So if you're out in Burlington, Washington, guess what? They're only allowing 2 things of eggs at their Costco, no matter what type or size. The self-checkout will not scan more than 2, and it calls for help. That's when an associate will kindly tell you you're not allowed to have 2 things of eggs, no matter what kind. So, happy grandma for Ruth P. Kroger in my area said they were staying open because we lost Walmart, Aldi, and Costco in this part of town. My Kroger in Ohio prices are okay if you can catch the sales and using digital coupons. I also get extra perks because I shop there so much. Kroger started in Cincinnati, so I think they will always have a presence here. Publix will not come to this area because Kroger is everywhere. So, for those of you who do not know, I'll link it right above. There's a few Krogers that are closing. So whenever you have the time, you can check that video out. But wow, 3 stores closed in that one city. So there was the Aldi, the Walmart, and the Costco all closed. But luckily, you guys do have all of those Krogers around, which is great. Like you said, if you download the coupons along with the sales, you can come out pretty good at the Kroger store. So thank you, Happy Grandma, for sharing that in the comments. Someone also shared something that you might want to pay attention to while shopping. Shared by Bob Condor. Thank you so much for sharing. What I see also kind of a lot is with staffing today, or whatever it is, they stock items in places with wrong prices. Say the 24-ounce cookies are stocked in the 12-ounce cookie slot, making them look cheap. Happens a lot. So if you're not really paying attention to that tag, not only would the price possibly be wrong, but it can be a big significant difference, because I can imagine the 12-ounce cookies are much more, lower priced than the 24-ounce cookies. So you'll think you're getting that 24 ounce for, let's say, $2.99 versus the 24 ounce, which is probably like $4.99 or $5.99 or whatever. So you go ahead and you just throw that item in your cart and you go to check out with the rest of your stuff. Maybe 7 times out of 10, you're not probably paying attention. Especially if you're doing a big old grocery, trip. And guys, pay attention between the first and whatever time of the month, when everyone's getting their benefits, the food stamps, their Social Security and stuff like that. That's when a lot of shopping goes on. And I believe that's when certain things are put on the shelves, like Bob just said. And, the prices are wrong on purpose, of course. And these people just checking out, swiping their cards, checking out. And these companies are coming up big. They coming up big, during this time of the month. So pay attention. Please pay attention. Thanks for sharing that in the comments. So here's the problem with stores closing, especially like in small towns and stuff like that. So Cordoro 66 stated, my Aldi in Illinois just closed. I must now travel 2 miles for another one. I think the Family Dollar next to my former Aldi may close next. So it leaves people in a predicament of having to travel further away. And with gas going up, do you really want to do that? That actually, breaks into your budget, and it boosts up, your expensive, because you got to spend more on gas to get to these places, especially if you're going shopping so often, depending on your budget. Like if a person is sticking with their budget, especially like a weekly budget, you have to go shopping every single week because you need food in your house, right? You can't afford to do that big old grocery, haul, that big old grocery shopping trip. So you have to go to the store every week and buy as you go. And that's a problem. That's a real problem with some of these stores shutting down. We got to look at things like that as well. I'm sorry to hear that, but thank you for sharing in the comments. And I'm sure this is happening to so many people. So many people. With living in a city, I'm glad to have access to so many different stores. But when crap hit the fan, the city is not the place to be, y'all. It's really not. Fam, if you have the time to go and check out Alaska Life 907, very new channel, but amazing content. So when you guys get the time, go and check out their channel. So they state getting a loan right now is a horrible idea in my opinion. If you're not already debt free, at least try to get there. And if you can't, do the best you can to maintain whatever lifestyle you have. And I definitely agree. Getting a loan right now with high interest rates and stuff like that would be ridiculous. Do what you can do to maintain, like he suggested, maintain the lifestyle that you have now, being that everything is going up. So it is becoming harder, to actually do that, but you still got to do what you can do. Like someone also stated earlier in the comments, if you have to possibly move in with family, rent a room out if you do have a house, if you have to do some of these things, just to make ends meet, then it's just gonna have to be done. Don't start to spend less on things that you like to do. Let's say you go and get your cup of coffee every day. Consider making it at home. Just make it easier for you. We got to make things make sense nowadays. And it's hard to make sense of things that's going on. So in our own personal lives, we got to just continue to make things make sense. Thank you for sharing that in the comments. Guys, really go and check that channel out. William Gibson shared, if the $2 General stores by me are any indication, Dollar General will be gone soon. The two by me are understaffed and nasty and dirty. They're lucky if they have one person working, so stores are not getting clean stock, and they don't try to go down the aisle after the truck comes because the driver shoved the dollies down the aisle so you cannot move. And you know what, William? That is so true. I see it all the time here, even in my neighborhoods. They have these, long carts full of boxes and boxes and boxes. And you will see one top two workers in the store, especially in stores like this happens in like Family Dollars, Dollar Generals, Dollar Trees, where they will have 1 to 2 workers and all of this, all of these items that need to be unpacked, and it really sucks. But that all falls down to the understaffed, the underpaid, and why some people actually don't bother with those jobs. But when you have to make ends meet and these jobs are hiring left to right, especially jobs like that, some people do take it and some people do deal with it, But these companies have to be willing to pay more to keep employees. They have to. So many people walk out on jobs because they feel like, I got to unstock, I got to be the cashier, I got to clean up, I got to work the phones, excuse me, I'm only getting paid $13 an hour. How can I do all of this in 1 hour for $13? I agree with you. I'm surprised that these stores are still open in my area. These Family Dollars, 99-cent stores, Dollar Generals, and Dollar Trees. I am surprised. If you guys see that in your areas, let us know in the comments down below. But this video is running to 20 minutes and we are running out of time. You guys, the Mississippi River is drying up. It's drying up. We're going to have a separate video on that later on in the week. Hopefully you all enjoyed this video. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. I didn't get a video out yesterday, which was Friday. because I did not have the time to sit on a computer and actually go publish it. I have it edited and everything. I just didn't have the time to sit on a computer to do my last little bit of edits and publish it. I spent so much time with the kids yesterday. I just didn't make the time, guys. So I want to thank you all for tuning in. Make sure you all are out there still stocking up and doing what you can do while you can do it. Please, please just do it. Make sure that you all stay prepped, stay blessed, stay safe. I had to say something else, but it slipped already. So this is Shauna, and now I'm checking out from Moments with Us. Most of all, remain beautiful queens and kings. Until next time, enjoy.